All right. All right. Hey everyone, Todd here, internalarchitect.com. And in this video, I'm going to talk about PTSD and why it is very real with cancer. But before I do, please hit subscribe below and hit the bell for notifications so you know when I put out a new video. So the reason why PTSD is a very real thing with cancer and cancer patients and survivors is because when you go through this experience, when you are first diagnosed, it's really an overwhelming feeling. You are really facing your mortality. You are really trying to understand what is my life going to be like now? What am I about to experience? And as you go through the experience, as you go through the treatment, and as you go through the different pieces and parts that can subconsciously traumatize you, it kind of becomes a subconscious deal that you just live with. And it's really a hard one for a lot of people to get over because you just deal with so much fear and so much anxiety that as you get moving further along in the process, you kind of just become a little bit numb to it, and you start to suppress all those feelings and all those emotions that are going on inside you. As you become and as you get through it, you become a survivor, then you start to deal with kind of back to reality side of it, back to life and life after cancer. And that's where it really becomes hard because you during this time, during all the treatment and all the hospitalization and the chemotherapy, you're being waited on hand and foot. You are getting, you know, everything is kind of being handed to you through nurses and doctors, and you're getting a lot of attention. And so when you become a survivor, you just get thrown back into this world of like, I got to do all this again myself. And you have to think about going back to work. You have to, think about bills and, if you have kids, and then, all the above, right? And as you kind of get going on, you start to remember bits and pieces of this. And that's why PTSD, I think, is really an appropriate terminology for what it is that us cancer survivors go through. Now, as you all know, I am been re-diagnosed with my Hodgkin's. It has come back, and right now I'm in stage 2, so we've caught it a little bit early, but nonetheless, because of this, it has really brought back a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings that I'm just really trying to process. And I've spent the last couple of weeks really just trying to stay busy, trying to keep my head busy, and trying to get as much exercise as I can, and just try to feel strong to go through this whole process again. Where I've really seen the PTSD, and I don't think enough is being talked about this, is how much this affects your caregivers and your loved ones and your family. I've really noticed this a lot with my wife, where she has almost been in a little bit of a depression lately because it has brought back so much memories of me in the hospital and me going through treatment, and sitting in the infusion room going, getting chemotherapy, and just, it all the smells, all those things will start to kind of bring back a lot of that. And that it was a traumatic experience for her also. And as a caregiver, you don't really realize, as a survivor and as a patient, you don't really realize just how much it affects your caregivers and the people that you love also. I mean, my girls are also, having a really hard time with it. My youngest is doing okay. She's been super positive and really supportive, and we've been talking a lot, which is good. Same with my older daughter, and both of them are, they're scared, they're nervous, but they see kind of where my positivity comes and where I think my strength is coming from, and they see me really just kind of starting to dig in and to really start working on my mindset and to start changing this a little bit to make this next battle that I'm about to go through really I'm a force to be reckoned with, right? Just going to say it. So, but it doesn't change the fact that, there's all these feelings and all these emotions that not only I'm going through, but my loved ones are also. Even my mom is having a really hard time with this, and my brother too, and they live in Florida. They're I'm really fortunate that I have a close family and that I have support, and I know there's a lot of you out there that don't have that. And so how do you deal with this? How do you deal with the very real issues of PTSD as a survivor and as a patient, as a possible reoccurring patient also? So at the end of the day, the best things I can do is just keep yourself active, keep yourself kind of driving forward, and keep working on that mindset. I have my moments. I wake up sometimes just going, man, just feeling kind of slumped down and feeling really, really frustrated. And I start asking, and I try not to let myself spin out of control that way, because I don't want to allow myself those negative questions to really start entering my head. And when they do, I gotta stop it. And that's why I've been really active, why I've been really trying to work as much as I can, and try to be as active as I can, and ride my bike, and just be outside and be in a place where I feel really at peace with everything, and I can I kind of get back to it and let my mind wander, and let it kind of work through all the different emotions, all the feelings that I have going on. I can't say that for everyone else. We all kind of go through all these different stages, and we all may not have that opportunity to really enjoy the outdoors, and we may not have that physical activity that like I am really feeling blessed with and enjoying at the moment. And that's where it gets really complicated, because as a cancer survivor, we've just gone through so much that has really changed our life in such a way that I'm hoping that it has motivated you enough to do some things and to get outside. I talk about in my previous videos about how important it is to take small actions, and to continue to take small actions every day. Over time, these will compound. And that's all I'm trying to do right now, is to fight those negative emotions and those negative feelings, and to not allow those topics and those issues that I have going on in my own head to affect me, because they do. I will absolutely admit it. I just do everything that I can to minimize it as much as I can. With my girls, though, it's a little bit harder, because they're not as passionate about something as I am. And it's not that that's a bad thing. They're just, it's just a different mentality is all. And I just am doing the best I can to lead by example, to show them that it is possible. It is okay to have that purpose and meaning in life. And I think at the end of the day, that is the deep core thing that is going to really make me kick this thing in the ass again. So PTSD, yeah, it is something that is really, really prevalent. And fortunately, my wife made some really good decisions today, and she was telling me about it. Also, today is my anniversary, so that's kind of another reason why I think it just kind of lit a fire under her ass. Is she's going to go get some counseling, and she's going to do some things to really help get over this, because she doesn't like feeling this way either. But her path is much different than mine. I can only do the best that I can, and at least be the best inspiration to them, to my family, and to all of you also out there, that no matter what the challenges are, no matter what it is that you're going through, you can do this, and that you can dig deep, and you can really make this happen. It just takes that time. It takes that patience and that discipline to take that little action every single day, and make it grow, and make it compound every day. That's the best way that I can explain it. And that's all I'm trying to do, is I've reverted back to some just simple guidelines, some simple things in my life. to not allow the complicated side of what I'm about to go through really judge my or cloud my vision and judge my outcome before it even starts. So that's kind of what I had to say about this. PTSD, man, it's not an easy thing. It takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of discipline to focus and to make it work. And you will have ups and you will have downs, and it will continue to go either way. And just remember that no matter how bad you're feeling, no matter how depressed or anxiety ridden you are feeling right now, just be aware of it. Take a moment to really just acknowledge it, and then take that deep breath and just, okay, I feel like shit. My head is spinning like all hell right now, and I need to get out of this bad momentum that I'm in right now. So that's it. That's kind of what I have. That's what I'm thinking about right now. Tomorrow is my big day. I go into the CBCI, Colorado Blood Cancer Institute, and start to get figured out what my treatment regimen is going to be. I have a number of options, which is really good, and I'm feeling good about that. I will be honest with you. I'm really frustrated that there probably isn't going to be any homeopathic sides to what I'm going to be doing. I'm kind of stuck in the insurance side of all this. So that's kind of my biggest downfall at the moment, because there's a lot of good treatments and other things out there that I really have learned over the years that I think that people could benefit from. But it's just, at the end of the day, it's all about money. And I'm just trying to, when you're faced with cancer, you're just doing everything you can to just survive and to make it all work. So, all right, I could keep going. I could make this hours long, but let's just want to tell you, thank you so much for listening. I appreciate your time and your energy and watching the videos. And if you have any questions, hit me in the comment section below. Sorry, I haven't been kind of keeping up too much with it. It's been a little bit of a wild last couple of weeks, but I will get back to you on comments, and I promise you that, because I really appreciate you guys. So have a great afternoon. Enjoy the weather if it's nice out where you're at, and you guys do what you do, and love you all. So have a great afternoon.